I haven't done I haven't done a YouTube stream in a minute, so we might not even get any viewers in here. But on my Telegram, I have been requested a bunch of times to do this session here. One sec. Shit, sorry about that. All right, what's going on, everybody? It's been a minute. So, I don't know if many people are gonna join or not. It's just a random live out of the blue. You know what I mean? I haven't done one of these in a while, but I've been getting a shit ton of messages on Telegram, even in my Capital Hungry email, and I just want to touch on a few topics here that have been extremely interesting to me based on human psychology, trading, finances, and so many other factors that I'm seeing are relevant in every single industry, every single society group, every single group of humans across the board. I've been noticing some common denominators that are really restricting people from reaching their human peak potential and limits. Okay, so I'm gonna dive into that through this live stream, through this webinar. This is pretty much a continuation of the growth or feelings webinar. But if you guys know me or don't know me, I'm not anybody special, but you guys know that I've been involved in trading the financial markets, day trading and investing for about 4.5 years now, since about 2016, 2017 period, right? So from this time, when you're involved in the financial markets and you're trading, all of us who are traders understand that emotions and psychology play one of the biggest roles in this industry. So, through my years of trading, of meeting other individuals, and of course, meeting so many different types of people, right? Through the Capital Hungry service, through YouTube streaming, different trading communities, whatever it is. I've met people from all age groups. I've met people from all different races, cultures, different time zones, countries, you name it, I've met them, right? So through this, you guys know that I'm a very analytical person. I'm a very logic based analytical person. I like to keep things fairly black and white, but also focus on the reality of the world and not sugarcoat anything, all right? And what I have noticed is that there are way too many followers nowadays and there are not enough leaders. And the people who are so-called leaders, and regardless of whatever industry they are in, they are not trying to lead a group of people into success or into their own level. They are trying to just make them into consumers or customers. So what really shocks me is I've always had the mindset of if you want something, you go out and get it. You work your ass off, you go study, you go put the time and effort in. And I've never really needed to be led. I've never really had to have someone point me in some direction. I just started going. And I thought through my years that everybody was like this. I thought everybody was like me. Like they have a goal, they want to achieve something, so they know that it's going to take a lot of time and effort to achieve those goals. But this is not the case. This is not the case. Through my years of being involved in the markets, of having this capital hungry business, of trading, of meeting so many people, I've realized that 99% of people, they're not dumb, they're not they're not lazy, they just lack proper guidance and they are more falling into the side of followers rather than leaders. right? And what I want to do is try to give people the mindset to either find someone who can give them better leadership, because the reality is the strong in our world and societies have always conquered the weak. Those people who are the majority follower mindset, they are very easily manipulated. They are very susceptible to ideologies and different tactics of manipulation. That's why the 99 percentile live paycheck to paycheck. That's why the 99 percentile are unhealthy, they're obese, they're unhappy, they're depressed, because at the end of the day, through their follower mindset and following these different mediums of exchange, whether it be social media, whether it be straight consumerism through corporate marketing and corporate advertising, whether it be all the big tech data companies and that fashion, whether it be mainstream media and constantly being plugged different advertisements and buy this, eat this, drink this, you know what I mean? So through that, the modern day person is no longer a person. They have completely lost their humanity. And this shit makes me sick to my stomach. I cannot see the average person, working person, as a human being anymore. I just see them as either a consumer or a worker, because that's what the 1% who run the world see them as. They are simply consumers and workers. They no longer have personalities. They no longer have their own personal goals. They no longer go to chase personal fulfillment and achievement. They are only working their dead end job or working whatever job to make ends meet. And the fucked up cycle about this is the 1% treats the 99% as cattle, as farmers, as producers, right? For example, on a farm, and I've used this an analogy many times before. On a farm, you have your pigs, you have your cows, you have your chickens, and you have your sheep, whatever it may be. The cows, they get maybe a larger field to graze around in, some grass to eat, but they still have to produce milk for the farmer at the end of the day. Otherwise, they have no use for the farmer, and they're going to be chopped up, sold as meat instead, or they go to the slaughterhouse anyways. They have a use. They're for production. Even though they get their short-term freedoms to eat grass, chill with their other cows, roam around within the fence guidelines, at the end of the day, they have to produce their milk. They have to get slaughtered for the use of their meat. The pigs might get a little mud pen to roll around in until they get rolled out to the slaughterhouse. The chickens get their own little coop, but they still got to keep pumping out eggs. The sheep get their own little field to graze in, but they still get shaved off every season for their wool. All right? All of us, including myself, we are these livestock. Some of us might be a bit richer than other people with a little bit bigger house and a little bit more resources and a bigger backyard, but you still cannot leave this society. You still have to pay your taxes. You still have to go to work every day, right? You still have to go to work every day, pay your taxes, pay your sales tax, income tax, buy your goods to survive. And the fucked up part is we are in this endless cycle where we are the same ones who are producing the goods. We go to work for a 1%er, a big corporation, a big factory, a company, whether it be a blue collar job or a white collar job, you have to go follow that grind, right? You get taxed to work in a country and provide sustenance for that country. A society and country would not exist without its people and employees, but you get taxed to go work and produce for that country. That's number one. Then number two, you are getting paid per hour or for your time or piecework for whatever you produce, whether you're in the food industry, clothing industry, media, it's constant production. Then when you finish your job, you take that same money that you got paid to go pay back your debt, pay your taxes, and then go buy the same goods for your survival that you just produced. You got to go put clothes on your back. You got to go buy food. It's a never-ending cycle where we are the livestock who are constantly feeding the 1%ers through this generational wealth and generational financial system that stems from the central banks and the control from the central banks down. But this isn't anything new. This has been going on thousands and thousands of years. The strong have always conquered the weak, whether it be through Genghis Khan era, whatever hundreds and hundreds of years ago, whether it be the Romans and what they did in their era, whether it be whatever the world wars that were going on, or whether it be the modern day societal manipulation and brainwashing, where it's no longer physical enslavement. It's no longer torture, physical torture to get someone to do what you want. It is all about mental programming and conditioning a person to think that what they are doing is normal when it's absolutely abnormal. And it's just programming in that fashion, right? So, we have a big problem on our hands. It's extremely difficult to break out of this cycle, but is it possible within this cycle that you could live a more fulfilling life where you could help your family and friends around you? Yes, 100% yes. But this will be one of the hardest tasks that you will ever put yourself up to try and achieve, because you are going to be going against the grain. You're going to be going against society. And if you guys watched my last webinar on psychology about the lockdown, mental lockdown, you would know that most of society, as soon as there are rules set in place or something enforced, the rest of society just follows due to conformity. Conformity is a psychological concept that humans have been following for generations. If you have 60% of a group believing in an ideology, even though the 40% of the group might not believe in it, they're still going to conform to that ideology to not be an outcast, to not look abnormal, to not get shunned, to not get punished. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you go against the grain, when you go to exert your power of choice and choose to remove yourself from consumerism and instead become a producer of your own skill sets, values, and goods, you are normally looked down upon in society until you reach a certain level of success. Then everybody wants to be your friend and everybody says, wow, look at that guy, what a success story. But when you're first starting to grind, nobody's going to believe in you. Nobody's going to understand you, and you're going to be seen as like a black sheep. Like, what the fuck? Just go get a job. What are you doing? Like, why are you trying this clothing company? Why are you trying to start a restaurant? Why are you trying to invent this product? Why are you trying to trade? This isn't going to work out. You're going to have your family, your friends, everybody doubting you, because the 99% of society has lost one of the most important things that make us human: the power of our own free will and choice. That is one of the most important, fundamental pillar concepts of what is humane, is being able to exert our own will and being able to make our own choices, right? If you look at modern society, majority of people's choices are being made for them. When they have to wake up, when they have to eat, what they have to do at work, everything from their entertainment they consume, scrolling on their social media and phone for 4 to 6 hours a day, being on YouTube for hours at an end, looking at memes, doing nothing productive for themselves because they have already been manipulated into losing their power of choice and following subconscious short-term dopamine hits. Nowadays, true happiness has been lost. Nobody knows what true happiness is anymore. They only know short-term happiness that comes from a dopamine hit from whatever you're scrolling on, whatever you smoke, drinking a bit of alcohol, going to go gamble, going to go on IG for 2 hours, going to go on TikTok, whatever it may be. All of those habits are destructive to humans. They are destructive to a human being. They will lead to deterioration of your mentality. They will lead to deterioration of your physical health. But all of those traits are perfect for a consumer. That is an ideal consumer. Someone who no longer has their own power of choice. Someone who mindlessly conforms with every social trend and everything that's going on in society. Someone who eats fast food every day, eats out every day, skip the dishes, Uber Eats, whatever the fucking food delivery apps are on your end, there's thousands of them. You know what I mean? Someone who no longer takes care of their physical health. This person who has lost all power of their own choice as well as their willpower, guess what? They are an absolute useless human being, but they are a perfect consumer. They are a perfect worker. They are a perfect customer. Do you understand what I'm saying? But as a human being, if you needed to go rely on that person for something, for production, for value, for knowledge, for any insightful information, you can't rely on them for that. But if you needed them to go buy something, They are the perfect person to go buy something, to go sign up for a service, to go buy a good, to go eat this food, to go drink that drink, to go on that vacation. They will use their paycheck to paycheck and completely deteriorate it, as the majority in North America are living in debt, living paycheck to paycheck, have student loan debt, car debt, credit loan debt, and they have no chance of paying it back, as they are in this vicious financial cycle as well as in a vicious mental cycle, lacking direction. Because these people are not lazy. These people are not subhuman or dumb. The issue is they lack direction. Because if you go to anybody, whether it's a fat motherfucker or anybody who's a consumer, lazy, whom you might think is nothing special, if you go to them and say, "Don't you want more to life? Don't you wish you were in shape? Don't you wish you had more money?" They'll go, "Yeah, yeah. I wish I had more money, man. I wish I was in shape. I could get girls. I wish I could buy this house. I wish I had that nicer car. I wish I felt better inside and had that confidence." Every human being has this innate urge within their gut, within their fucking DNA, to be better, to want more. But that is a double-edged sword, because the people who have brains, who also want more, and due to human greed and natural chase of power and corruption, have created this power hierarchy where the 1% have controlled the 99% through the last 1,000 years. Do you understand what I'm saying? But there is still hope. We need to bring back masculinity, aggressiveness, leaders. We need to bring back leaders in our society. We have way too many followers. Even social media is just followers. A couple of influencers, millions of people following them. It's fucking twisted. Everybody is a follower, following this person, following that person, fucking buying this, buying that, consuming this, consuming that. But you know what's fucked up? Is we are in a time and age, right, where I have a supercomputer in my hand that I'm streaming to you guys right now, to talk to people around the world right now. There might be 5 people in here, but like, this is possible. Do you understand what I'm saying? I have a supercomputer in my hand where I could go Google right now any university textbook, any university papers, studies, education, whether it be on rocket science, financial markets, carpentry, fucking media development, graphic design, software development. You could go actually right now make the conscious choice to start diving into that like that. That's where I'm going, like, what the fuck is going on here? Why are so many people depressed? Why are so many people unfulfilled? Why are so many people lacking knowledge? So many people are ignorant. So many people are wondering what they want to do in life, but they won't delete their social media, but they won't go use this other half of the internet that exists. Only a very small percent are utilizing the innovations that we've had in technology. Do you understand? Do you understand? So this isn't to like talk shit about anybody. This is very simply to put it black and white. It's very easy to see that our modern society, people are lacking mental health as well as physical health, spiritual health, and financial health. People are fucking down bad. The majority. You can go look at the financial numbers of the average person's earnings, right? You could go look at how depression and suicide rates are through the roof and highest levels ever. You can go look at how testosterone levels in men are the lowest in 50 years and have almost declined 40 to 50%. This is facts. This is not guessing anymore. You can even look at how we've had this whole snowflake generation of people who are no longer responsible, no longer accountable, no longer take thought in their actions, are only playing victim. Everybody's a victim. Everybody's a part of some social justice group that is a victim to something. Let me tell you this. To be able to complain in this life is a first world privilege. This might make some people mad. To even be able to complain about life is a first world Western society privilege. If you go put these same people in a war-torn country, or a country who is looking for survival day after day and making sure they got food on the table, they're not fucking worried about LGBTQ equality, BLM, Asian lives matter. This political party, that political party, they could fucking care less. They're rooted to survival instincts right now. Do you understand? People in the western side of the world, including myself, are extremely privileged with the freedoms that we have been given, but these freedoms have led to nothing but self-destructive, toxic behavior that is destroying Western society as we know it. Completely removing all leaders, completely removing masculinity, completely having people focus on like puppets on little social issues. There's this an analogy that I love. You could put brown ants, red ants, and black ants in a jar, and they'll be fucking exactly Michael, and they'll be in the jar within themselves, messing about and living amongst themselves. But as soon as you shake the jar up filled with these different types of ants, the red ants will start attacking the brown ants will start attacking the black ants, and vice versa. But none of the ants will stop and ask, who shook the jar? Who's causing all these distractions? Who's creating all these societal divides? Because remember, humans are strong together. United we stand, divided you fall. Divide and conquer. These are war tactics. These same types of war tactics are being used on modern society through mental enslavement. Keep people divided, fighting about color, fighting about this social issue, this sexual preference, this political party, and never focusing on the root causes of their unhappiness, of their lack of fulfillment, of their lack of achievement, of their lack of success, their lack of skill sets, knowledge. Do you understand? So, I've had so many people come to me, and I'm just going crazy because like it's fucking pissing me off. I have a whole YouTube channel for trading advice and information around the markets. I give people as much information, whether it's for free or paid, as I can. But people lack the personal execution to go start applying themselves. So I realized like the issue isn't the information, the issue isn't the resources, the issue is people's lack of their own will. People have lost the power of choice and they lack direction because 99% of people are followers. And the people who they are following, the celebrities, the influencers, they don't give a fuck about their well-being. The corporate CEOs, the government officials, the celebrities, the big mainstream influencers, they don't care about a person's well-being. They only care about their own well-being and their own finances and their own development. So they see their people as fans and consumers, customers. Do you understand? So you have people who think they are following a good leader, think they are following an influencer who has their best intentions in mind, but they don't. The government doesn't give a fuck about you. To the government, you're nothing but a worker. To corporations, you're nothing but a consumer. To influencers, you're nothing but a customer. Okay? This is the cold, hard reality. Because I never, you guys know I'm a dickhead. I'm very aggressive. I chirp people and I go straight to the point. But I realize like people are not dumb. They just lack direction. And through constant years of lacking direction, you will never apply yourself. And going year after year of never applying yourself or growing your mentality, then your brain is going to be fucking empty. You're going to have ignorance to the reality of the world. You're not going to have knowledge about the financial markets, about political systems, about how the world works, how it's developed, human psychology. So then, after years and years of non-application of yourself, a person becomes fucking dumber and dumber and dumber. They become more of a consumer, consume. You understand what I'm saying? So, what is the solution for this? It's as simple as fucking Nike, the big billion-dollar corporate brand says, just fucking do it. Stop saying you're going to do it tomorrow. Stop saying you're going to start next week. Stop saying I don't know where to start. Go on your phone, delete Instagram. Unless you make money on social media, you have zero reason to be on social media. Somebody in the chat tell me one beneficial reason of social media unless you make money on it. Tell me. Unless you promote a business on social media, unless you make money as being an influencer on social media, that's your job. Unless you do sales through social media, What is the other benefit of social media? What's the benefit? It's nothing but time wasting, consumption, and to keep you hooked on a screen, to constantly feed you new advertisements, distractions, and keep your mind occupied with nothing but noise and nonsense. All right? The average, come on, stop talking about people are human. You just 2x years. You just 2x years have what? I don't know what that comment is saying, but I'm probably you could be 40 years old, but my mentality is probably a decade ahead of you. You get what I mean? So it's not about age, it's about application, work ethic, time and effort. There's people who are 60 years old who make less money than me, have less accomplished than me, and have done less than their life due to personal choice. Right? Right? So, now, the statistics are as easy as it is to see. You can go Google right now financial statistics in North America and see that the average working person probably clears $40,000 before taxes. The average couple clears $60,000 before taxes, okay? The average person also has a substantial amount of debt and also is living paycheck to paycheck. This means that their financial health is low. Can we agree to that? The average person's financial health and well-being is unhealthy and low, right? If you're in debt, you're living paycheck to paycheck, and you're earning below average or right on average, your financial health is low. Now, the average person in North America is also either addicted to caffeine, alcohol, or sugar, or marijuana, whatever other drugs it may be. With that, and they have these addictions subconsciously without knowing, because two of the things there are sold every single day as normal substances, coffee, sugary items. But sugar is one of the most addictive drugs in the fucking world. It's been studied to be almost more addictive than cocaine, and cocaine's fucked. You know what I mean? So the average person has these addictions as well, and also is either obese or malnourished, where they don't consume the proper amount of nutrients a day to sustain the energy needed for a productive human being, or they consume too much without exerting energy to use those. At the end of the day, food is just meant to be fuel for us. We are working machines. Just like you put gas in a car, you put the proper nutrients in our body to perform tasks, whether it be mental tasks or physical tasks. When you consume too much, but you don't actively work, it gets stored into fat. It's that fucking simple. It's that fucking easy. There's no science or anything else like that, all right? So the average person is addicted to either marijuana, alcohol, sugar, or caffeine. The average person is living paycheck to paycheck, is in debt, and is earning pretty much nothing to be able to have a house or be able to build anything, right? And this is one of the most, this generation and the next generations coming up are the most mentally ill generations in history. The most cases of bipolar disorder, depression, anxiety, and guess what? None of these mental illnesses that can be cured naturally are being cured naturally. A 15-year-old kid, if he says he has anxiety and depression, the doctor doesn't say go work out and go fix your diet and go eat better. The doctor says here's some Xanax. Because Big Pharma is a billion-dollar business. Do you understand what I'm saying? All right? So the average person mentally, physically, financially, and spiritually is unhealthy and below par. And nobody sees an issue with this. I'm the only one that's angry about this. Like people in my friends and family group are just absolute zombies, lacking any self-control, lacking any discipline, lacking any urge to be better because years and years of social conditioning and programming has led them to become a perfect consumer but lose their humanity. And when a human loses their humanity, it's one of the most sad things you could ever experience, because that person is no longer human. They're just now a customer. Their personality is dictated by social trends and social media. You know what I mean? Their body is fueled by whatever they put into it, which is usually garbage. Their mind is consumed by social media, mainstream media, and just garbage. What do you think is going to happen to the human being? All right? Now, with the little bit of influence that I have, I don't know, I'm not a millionaire yet. I'm not have hundreds of thousands of followers. I'm not some marketer or IG guru. If I was posting about, you know what I mean? If I was posting about my chains, if I was posting about my setup and all the money I made trading, if I was posting my freaking Audi and shit like that, maybe I had more followers. Maybe I would have more customers. Because you guys know I'm a very analytical person, logical person, and knowledgeable person. If I have this much understanding of human psychology, consumerism, sales, and markets, you don't think I could fucking exploit the masses tomorrow? You don't think I could flip a switch to sell exactly what needs to be sold and make as much money as I need to make? I don't want to fucking do that. I don't want to make my money that way. I don't want to accomplish what I want to accomplish that way by taking advantage of people who lost their power of choice. I want to give people their power of choice back. I want to give people their willpower back. I want to give people their strength back, their courage, their humanity. Okay? This is going to be one of the hardest things you will ever do, but it's 100% achievable. It's very easy to go on your phone and delete Instagram, delete Snapchat, delete fucking TikTok, delete Facebook. Right? If you want to keep YouTube so you can watch me or watch educational content, because even YouTube, you know how much I've learned off YouTube if you search the right things? If you go into the right, who knows Khan Academy? I wouldn't have got through school without Khan Academy on YouTube. Anybody here know Khan Academy? Khan Academy was better than any fucking teacher I had, any textbook. I wouldn't have got through school without that guy. He's a legend, and that all started on YouTube. So there are certain platforms where if you search the right things and if you're looking for the right things, you can get very good quality information. Right? Right? Yeah, Khan Academy is probably huge now. I was on Khan Academy 5-10 years ago during my high school days when it was just Khan, when it was just him. Now he probably has other teachers and educators, and it's a huge company now probably. But that guy's a legend. You know what I mean? That guy's one of the smartest people. Like, how the fuck do you know everything about everything? But anyways, but that is somebody who probably is not on social media, who is not doing that bullshit, who is just constantly using his time and effort to expand his knowledge and skill sets. And look at that guy. Okay? Okay? Now, this is going back to the growth or feelings webinar, because we all have the power of choice. Even that consumer where their power of choice has been diminished, as a human being, that fire is still in your soul. It might not be as big of a flame or a fucking raging inferno like mine right now, but people still have that fire. It might be a little candle. We need to get that fire growing. Get that flame inside people growing. How is this going to start? You're going to have to completely change what you put in your fucking mouth. You're going to have to completely change your habits. You're going to have to completely change what you consume. And it's all going to start from a choice. Right? I want everybody in here to get your friends and family on this same fucking page and tell them it's for the best. It might cost a lot of emotional trauma and pain and effort and time in the short term, but for the long term, it's going to make you a better human being. You know what I mean? The one for all candle. Yeah, keep that fire alive. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. We have to get other people on the same vibration, on the same energy, on the same wavelength, because you don't have to fucking go to Capital Hungry, Q Banks, Rogers Course. These guys Rogers my friend. Fuck Q Banks. Fuck the marketers. They're all scumbags. Fuck them all. Fuck all those marketing scumbags. You don't have to go to me where you guys think I'm so knowledgeable to go learn about the financial markets. It is all out there at your fingertips. You just have to apply yourself and know what you're looking for. The issue is a lot of people lack leadership. If you want to join Capital Hungry, you will get the right fucking leadership because I'm the one who's going to be guiding you. But that's not the discussion here. I want to get everybody on the right page outside of trading first, because everybody here is probably watching me, is probably involved in trading. Yes or no, right? We know that the biggest issue in trading is not the fundamentals, it's not the technicals, it's the psychology of the human being and their choices that they make. If you are extremely aggressive or angry in your day-to-day life, like let's just say you're going to work and you're stuck in traffic and this traffic jam just has you fuming, raging, or you're waiting long for your order of food, or somebody bumps into you, and these types of things just get you angry. Do you really think you're going to be able to handle a money loss in trading? No fucking way. The example I'm trying to give is any emotions that you have outside of your trading life, whether it be anger or excitement or doubt or anxiety or depression, is going to get amplified times 100 in trading. Trading, 1 year of trading will teach you more about yourself than 10 years of a 9 to 5 job. I fucking guarantee 1 year of live trading, going through burning accounts, that trial and error, losing money, making money, that like roller coaster of emotions will teach you more about yourself than 10 years of work for an employer. I guarantee that. Right? So you have to understand, if you have addiction issues outside of trading, right? If you have anger issues outside of trading, if you are a gambler outside of trading, if you have all these different issues and bad destructive habits outside of trading, I'm sorry to say, the probability of you becoming a long-term consistent trader is very, very low, because those same behavioral habits are going to transfer into trading and be 10 times worse in trading. When you take a loss, you're going to get 10 times more angry than compared to anything else. Because why? Why is this? Well, modern day survival and modern day freedom is linked to the dollar. You no longer have to go hunt for your food, skin an animal to put clothes on your back, build your own shelter. You now have to go work for money to achieve all that. So the modern day survival of a human being is linked to the dollar. That whole power hierarchy, I've done webinars on it. I just want to quickly, everybody understand that? Modern day human survival is linked to money, is linked to the dollar, whether you like it or not. True? Okay? So nothing has more emotional connection to human beings in the modern world than money, besides losing a loved one. Besides something happening to a loved one, there is nothing else that impacts people more than money. Most family issues, most divorces, most issues between parents, kids, fucking, it comes from money. You can't pay these bills, you have to pay these taxes, you're behind on your bills, you can't afford the mortgage, you want a better house, it's all money based. The majority of stress is from money. And guess what? Stress is the biggest cause of medical illnesses and decline in health. It's stress. And what do people do when they're stressing about money and they're stressing about money? They go spend the little bit of money they have on a short-term satisfaction to help numb them out. And that makes it even worse. They go eat that burger, they go have that junk food, they go smoke that joint, they go have that drink. And it makes everything worse, and the cycle gets more and more aggressive, vicious and harder to get out of. But you can always get out of the cycle. All of us have the strength as human beings to get out of that destructive cycle. All right? I just wanted to do this webinar because so many people kept messaging me. You can smoke weed every day, but I guarantee you will not be as successful as you want to be. If you are already successful, you already have the financial freedom you want, then you can do whatever the fuck you want. But if you're working a 9 to 5 job or a regular dead-end job and you're smoking weed every day, bruh, it's gonna hold you back. And this is coming from someone who's a fucking pothead since I was 17, 18, and I'm 28 now. And I'm still trying to cut back on marijuana because I have a dependence on it. If I don't feel like eating as much if I don't smoke weed, or I can't feel like I don't have a good sleep if I don't smoke weed. This isn't good. This isn't good. You know what I mean? Your quality of life is better and you have depression because you smoke weed every day is why you have depression. I'm sorry, man. I gotta say it. I love marijuana more than any other drug, stimulant, whatever it may be. And I'm telling you the crutch it's gonna put on you. I'm telling you how it's gonna limit your growth. I'm telling you how it's setting you behind, whether you like it or not. No, bro, you have depression because you have no fulfillment in your life. Sadly, the weed is not curing your depression. This is this is what I mean. This is the shit that makes me sad in my heart. A person who has lost their power of choice, and a person who thinks that they can't cure a depression without an external stimulant or substance. No, there's no stoner traders. I'm sorry, man. Nobody's smoking. No, I have never met a trader who smokes while they trade. Anybody who has only lost. I've never seen that consistency over years. Maybe sometimes people want to smoke on the weekend after the fact. It's called moderation. Everything has to be in moderation. But I'm sorry to say that I feel sorry for you, bro. I genuinely, in my heart, man to man, I feel bad for you. Okay? I'm not going to disrespect you. I'm not going to roast you. I'm not going to talk shit. I genuinely feel sympathy that you have lost your power of choice and you have lost your masculinity and you have lost any sense of belief in yourself as a human being. That you feel without weed you'll be depressed. You know what I mean? That's not, it's sad, you know? It's sad to me. So it is what it is. You guys are acting like I'm some weed hater. No. No. It just is. Who's here at OG? I used to do IG lives in my garage after trading sessions as I'm smoking a joint. You guys don't remember those? You guys don't remember who's the OGs? Who remembers the garage days on IG? Nobody? Fuck, man. No OGs in here during my IG days? Those were the good old days. Listen, porn, OnlyFans, all this shit is just destructive. Anything that you are consuming, whether it be mentally through visual consumption of media, anything you are consuming through your actual eating, anything you're consuming through your ears, through information, if it doesn't teach you something, if it doesn't develop your skill sets, if it doesn't bring you value, it is nothing but a distraction or destructive to your growth as a human being. All those distractions, if you want to smoke weed every day, if you want to watch porn every day and jerk off, if you don't want to work out, if you want to eat like shit, if you want to keep being willy-nilly with your trading, guess what? You're a garbage human being, but you're a perfect customer, you're a perfect consumer. You are a corporation's dream. You know what I mean? You are an IG marketer's fucking dream. A simple-minded consumer who's always going to jump on the next trend, jump on the next service, jump on the next product that might bring them short-term satisfaction, that might bring them some short-term dopamine hits, and then fade out and go rinse and repeat the same destructive behavior. You know what I mean? I'm not here to roast anyone. I'm just here to give you guys the reality of society. I'm just here to give you guys the facts that there are way too many followers, and there are not enough leaders, and all of our modern day men are fucking pussies. This guy who smokes weed every day and says that it helps him with his depression and cures his depression, at the end of the day is a pussy of a man. It's just the reality. That's not a chirp. It's not a chirp. It's a pussy of the man. Sympathy. They all want empathy, understanding, and sympathy, but they don't do anything to take action in their life. They depend on something. That's just the way it is. Sympathy. That's what they want. They love that. You know what I mean? They want to be a victim. They want people to understand them. They want people to feel bad for them. They want people to worry about their problems. They want people to give them empathy, understanding. Well, none of that is going to bring fulfillment to your life. None of that is going to change the reality of your depressing life. None of that is going to bring skills or value or information to your life. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. We're always gonna have a bunch of followers, and it's not the lack of information, it's not the lack of resources, it's the lack of direction, it's the lack of leadership, it's the lack of masculine men, right? Bro, you know Canada's like one of the weed capitals of the world, right? This guy. Shit. All right, guys. If there's any questions, I'm gonna take your guys' questions now. Otherwise, too many fucking retards are coming in right now. Too many guys with $100 trading accounts, smoking weed every day, thinking they're gonna be successful. Not wanting to take advice. So if you guys got questions, let me know. All the content is back up on the channel. You trade crypto. Fuck. Even fucking better. Even fucking better. Even better. You're a weed smoking crypto head. Even fucking better, bro. Even better. Fuck, man. Even better, bro. Straight. That guy is the definition of a person who just is following every single trend, every single substance, every single societal fucking thing. All the YouTube videos are back, right? They should be back. If you guys got any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'm gonna call it a session here. I gotta go do a fucking market update webinar with the gang here for some trade ideas overnight. You know what I mean? I'm gonna send the Zoom link. Okay. Yeah, Eric, same. I agree with you. I'm not. These guys think I'm a weed hater. Like I fucking smoke weed. I used to smoke weed all the time. Lin, UN. Okay, first, safe trades. How do you reinforce masculinity in the society? That's a good question. By keeping your friends and family accountable on developing their mentality, physical health, and financial health. Keep your friends accountable. Make sure, hey, did you work out today? Did you exercise? Did you go for that jog? Hey, did you have less screen time today? Delete your social media apps, yo. You don't need IG. You don't need this. Here, go read this book instead. Go read this about financial markets instead. Go watch this educational webinar instead. So it's about what I'm doing right now, all of us doing that individually with ourselves and our friends and family. That's how you reinforce masculinity. As a man, when you start eating better and fueling your body better, when you start physically working out, you literally naturally increase your testosterone. When your testosterone increases as a man, your ambition, your courage, your confidence literally goes up. It's not a lie. This is scientific. This is scientific facts behind testosterone and masculinity. Right? Then, as your confidence is going up, as your testosterone is rising, as you're feeling better mentally and physically because you're working out, because you're eating better, guess who's going to have more energy to put time and effort into productive tasks like developing a skill set or developing knowledge? All right? I have a big problem emotionally in trading. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to redesign my mind. Maybe my family's primitive mentality is the problem. I was grown in a family where risk is a threat. That's a very good mindset. But at the end of the day, to simply put it, scared money doesn't make any money. Everything in life is risk versus reward. Whether it's in the markets and you're going to risk money to make potentially more money or lose money, or if you're an athlete trying to be a professional athlete, if you're a chef trying to run your own restaurant, if you're a business owner trying to open your own business, everything in this world to achieve something great from the bottom is going to require some type of monetary, financial, time, and effort risk. You might put, for example, look at pro athletes. Only 1% of people that want to be a pro athlete become a pro athlete to get on that main stage and make millions of dollars. That means there's a 90% pool of people who train dozens of years to reach that status and sacrifice that time and effort and did not achieve what they wanted to achieve. That's the harsh reality of the world. That same statistic goes in business. That same stat is relevant in trading. What's the most common statistic you guys hear in trading? 99% of retail traders lose. Well, that's across the board. That's only due to personal application, execution, time, and effort. All right. So your family might be scared of taking risks because they have been conformed to a society and they are just a general consumer, customer, and worker. That is not any disrespect to your family. They did what they needed to do to put food on the table and take care of the loved ones around them the best they could. But you motherfucker, you got a choice. You might not have kids or anything to depend on or kids to take care of or feed yet. You might be young still. You might have this whole supercomputer in your hands and world of information. You might have the time right now that you can sacrifice and risk. You have the energy right now to go work 2, 3 jobs and develop side capital that you can invest into your skill set. You do. Maybe your parents didn't. Maybe your grandparents did it. Maybe their circumstances were different. But your circumstances, you can make those choices. All right? You're unmarried, no child, and you're young, you got nothing but fucking time, energy, and effort to put into exactly what you want to do. And guess what? The reality is, I'm not going to come here and sugarcoat you and say, hey, you're going to put all this time and effort and you're going to be a millionaire. That's not the case. You might put in time and effort and you might fail. But guess what? I have more respect for a man who goes and puts time and effort and sacrifices time and effort or money into developing their skill sets or knowledge and they fail. Because you know what they did? They built knowledge. They built experiences. They built values. They built their character. They're building their story. They're building their legacy. I got more respect for someone who will try something 100 times and fail than someone who's scared to try it at all. At the end of the day, I love a man who's failing, but who keeps trying. No homo. You know what I mean? We got to keep each other. We got to keep our men in line. Keep us on the same fucking page. In all seriousness, where can I learn more about Forex and gold before making trades? Did I not tell you guys? A whole globe of information, but people lack direction. People lack leadership. You're literally on a YouTube page right now that you could go click the title of the page and probably go watch 15 videos just on gold. The issue isn't the resources. The issue isn't the information. The issue is people's lack of choice and willpower. People's lack of direction. Let me lead you. I'm a leader. That's not being cocky. You guys can clearly see I'm not a huge influencer. I'm not someone with 1 million followers, but I am a fucking conqueror. I am a leader. I am self-sufficient. I don't need somebody to give me direction. I thought everybody in the world was like this, but I was mistaken. And that's why I'm doing this, to give you the direction you need, to give you the leadership that you need, to give you the kick in the ass that you need, to say, get the fuck off social media, stop fucking eating garbage, stop consuming bullshit in your fucking brain, go develop some skill sets, go develop some knowledge, start anywhere, go read a fucking, go to Google, search up university macroeconomics textbook and fucking read the whole thing instead of looking at memes for the next 2 weeks. Why not? I did it. It's called power of choice. I have the willpower, an inferno of energy and masculinity coming from my fucking ball sacks, going all the way through my veins every fucking day, just fucking making a choice that's going to better my life. Hey, I'm going to eat better. Hey, I'm going to cook this. Hey, I'm going to go work out right now. Hey, I'm going to go study this. I'm going to go back test. I'm going to go do a webinar. Am I human? Of course. Do I make mistakes? Sometimes go smoke an extra weed. Sometimes go fucking drink with my boys. Sometimes go eat a full bag of chips and feel like shit after. Of course. We're all human. I'm not telling you to be a fucking robot and go above and beyond and be like 100% go. No. Create a balance in your life. But remove some of this noise. Remove some of this bullshit that's not doing anything for your life. Unfollow these marketers and gurus. Get off this shit. You know what I mean? Right? So if you guys are lacking a masculine leader, I'm right here. I'm here for you. It doesn't have to, I don't need to influence thousands of people. If I can help change a few people's lives, guess what? You know what my personal goal with all this is? I want to make some fucking lions. Because maybe I can influence somebody's life right now and completely put them on a different path. Maybe 10 years from now they'll be a billionaire and they'll say, "Hey, Jeev, here's $10 million." I swear, that's the reason. I want to make other lions because I want to increase my network. I want to increase the amount of people I know who are on the same page. I want to increase my probabilities of success. You know what one of the biggest factors to a person's success is? Having the right network and connections. So I don't want to just meet traders. I want to meet people who are on the same mental page, but who are in the food industry, who are in the sports industry, who are in the media industry, who are in pharmaceuticals, who are in finance, who are in real estate, but all are on the same page. And guess what? Maybe some of those people are in this YouTube chat right now. Maybe I can help influence their path right now. Maybe I can be the one who helps them change their path. And maybe one day they're going to remember that and they're going to pay it forward or pay it back. Paying it back to me doesn't have to be in a monetary fashion. It's called the network connection. Maybe there'll be some real estate mogul years from now and I'll have that connection. Maybe there'll be some big tech company CEO. Maybe they'll invent some product. Maybe, you know what I mean? The possibilities are limitless. You can do whatever the fuck you want in this world. You can do whatever the fuck you want in this world if you direct the right time and attention to it, and if you exert your willpower, if you exert your hockey, your conqueror's hockey, for my One Piece fans. You know what I mean? I got conqueror's hockey. Conqueror's hockey is only supposed to be given to set individuals, but I feel any man is naturally born with that conqueror's hockey. But some people's conqueror's hockey is just a little bit suppressed. They just need to bring it out. You know what I mean? Bring out that conqueror in you, that warrior. Bring out that fiery spirit. And guess what? If you're a fat motherfucker, if you're a broke motherfucker, you don't have to go from 0 to 100. If you don't do any exercise right now, get off your fat, big man titty ass, go on the hardwood floor or floor carpet in front of you right now and do push-ups till you can't. Start there. Why not? Roll your ass on the floor and do 1 push-up. Then tomorrow do 2. Then the day after do 3. And eventually you're going to be able to do 10 push-ups, 50 push-ups. Then eventually you're going to be wanting to go to the gym. You're going to want to get other parts of your body in shape. If you're broke as fuck right now, remove your ego and go get a job at McDonald's. Go grind part-time at McDonald's. Go do some work on Fiverr. Go do some contract online work overnight. Go get that job at the factory. The only thing stopping you is your ego and image. But you're broke. You have no money. You don't even have $100. People fucking depositing. 99% of people in this chat got $500 trading accounts because they say, "Oh, I'm broke. I got no money." Go get a job. What the fuck? Go get a job. How do you think you're going to make money in the markets without money? If you're fat, roll over the floor right now, start doing push-ups. If you're broke, remove your ego, put that McDonald's cap on, and go work 60-hour weeks until you have the disposable income to do what you want to do, and save that on the side. If you're broke, live below your means. Cut out all these subscriptions, Pornhub, OnlyFans, Crunchyroll, YouTube Premium, Spotify, this, X, Y, Z, Amazon, Netflix. It never ends. It's never going to end. Right? Delete the social media apps. Start eating better. Cook your own food. What do you like? You know how cooking is a fucking valuable skill set that's been lost nowadays. Women can't cook. Men barely cook. It's fucked up. I can cook anything you guys fucking want. I'm a chef out here. All right? I can cook for myself, make my own money, work out whenever the fuck I want to, and that's it. All right? A Bello, can you talk about trading? This is whack. You poor soul. You poor man with your $100 trading account wanting a signal right now or some analysis. When you don't realize that the biggest issue you're going to face in your trading career is going to be your psychology. And you don't realize that this is all advice to improve yourself as a human being. Alright, guys, I'm done. Too many retards now. Hopefully you guys get the point. Get the fucking man up a bit. Alright, let's go. Alright? For anybody who's asking about trading, for anybody who's asking about all that shit, guess what? If you click this YouTube channel, you know what you're gonna see? Endless information from a masculine, big balls leader who's been applying himself day in and day out for 4 to 5 years now nonstop. Go to my channel and you're gonna see the fruits of that labor. You're gonna see how much I've learned. You're gonna see I share it with you. Go check. But guess what? Everybody is a follower. People lack direction. People lack leadership. Let me lead you. Let me lead you in the right direction. Alright? Alright, everybody. Take care. I'll see you guys later.